Childish. And what's going on, guys? It's your boy John here, back with another reaction video. Today, we are doing Childish Gambino, Awaken My Love. I've been looking forward to this. I am a very huge Childish Gambino fan. For all of you that know from my previous videos, from the ones that I've previously talked about, you know that I like this dude. So let's stop talking and let's just go ahead and get into this. First track, Me and Your Mama. Now, I did not listen to this. Plenty of people have told me about this, but I tried my best not to listen to it, and I didn't. Okay, feels kind of Christmassy. This is really smooth. Oh, okay. Bass is starting to get a little bit. Oh yeah, you got to be in a state of mind to listen to this. Yeah, you got to be in a state of mind to listen to this. But you know what? I still mess with it though. It changed so quickly, but it sounds good. I mean, his voice is raspy too, and I really like that. So aggressive, angry. It's all I gotta say is this is smooth. I can't get mad at it. This is smooth. Oh my god, Childish. That was a roller coaster. That song went through so many changes, and I like it because it does not sound the same throughout the entire thing. I like that track. I really like that track. We're gonna go to the next one. Track two, Have Some Love. Oh, it sounds spooky. I like that. It's spooky, scary. This. I really like this. I like that track. Not as much as Me and Your Mama, but I still like it. Track three, Boogeyman. Oh, I like what he's doing with his voice. People kept telling me like a lot of people have told me that it don't sound like Gambino. This sounds like Gambino. I don't know what people are saying. Ooh, I like this part. Like the little guitar in the background. It's like you can hear it in the background, but you know it's there. This sounds like this sounds like something my mom or my grandparents would listen to. But you know what? I like it. And that cowbell, he has such weird instruments in here. But that's a cowbell. I know y'all. That is a cowbell. I'm gonna have to figure out what that means. I feel like that's supposed to mean something. Oh, uh, track four, Zombies. Sounds creepy, like a Halloween song. This sounds like a Christmas Halloween album. Like I feel like I could play half of this album so far at a Christmas party. What are they saying? Okay, they said we're eating you for profit. I'll have to listen to this a few more times. I really do like this track. Already. I don't even need to hear the rest of it to know that I like it. What guitar is that? Who is playing this guitar? Because this man needs. I need to meet this man. There is no way to stop it. Oh, I really like that. Oh, that guitar, dude. It sounds like he fuzzed it out. He got Gambino. Got to make it weird, but I love it. I love that it's weird. That's a guitar. I know that's a guitar. I feel like that song got a much deeper meaning. Oh my god, who did this? That guitar. Ooh, okay. Trying to get your last few licks in. I see you, Childish. I see you. And whoever playing that guitar, I need to meet. Next track, Riot. This can be played at a Halloween party. This song can. I mess with that drum though. That drum sound good though. I like this track. I don't need to hear anything else. I already know it's a good track. I like this track. This is like something he made this specifically for you to play at like a Halloween party. I told you half this album sounds like Halloween. The other half, I'm pretty sure it's gonna sound like Christmas. If he tried to drop this in back in October, I don't know why he didn't. It would have worked. I like every track so far. My least favorite, I would have to say, is "Have Some Love." I mean, I would say that's my least favorite. But the thing is I still I like that track. I really like that track. It's my least favorite out of all of them so far. I'd have to say my favorite so far. I would have to say is Zombies. The reason why I would say Zombies is because of that guitar solo though at the end of it though. I mean the the guitar throughout the entire song I liked it, but the end when it got its solo, that's my favorite part. I like that part. That part, the solo, is what made the song for me. But I'm pretty sure there's other messages in. I'm pretty sure there's a message behind this album. I'm pretty sure there's a message behind each song. Because Boogeyman, he was talking about how can we be free, but you see me as the Boogeyman. I'm pretty sure there's a whole thing about the lyrics. I'm just gonna have to listen to it a second time, listen to it a third time. Let's prove it. Why do I even have to put a number on how many times I'm going to listen to this? I'm just going to listen to it again. I'm going to keep listening to it. That's a better way to put it. I'm going to keep listening to it. And the next track is Redbone. I already mess with this song. See, like the other thing is why when I say like I don't count singles as like whenever I say that's the best song on the album, I don't count that because that's a little unfair because it's a single. Of course, it's going to be the song that is supposed to represent the album. I don't like doing that. So I always try to like keep singles out of it. I keep singles out of it and make it fair for the album because the singles are supposed to be the best songs. They're supposed to be the songs that everybody's supposed to like. It's not a song that is strictly just to show their talent. It's supposed to show their talent and it's supposed to show off the album. But that's why I don't pick title track. I don't pick singles to be my favorites. Like yes, they are my favorites, but in this case, in the case of the album as a whole, when I'm listening to the entire thing, I don't count the singles. I always pick different tracks. So me and Your Mama and Redbone, I cannot pick either one of those. I don't count those as my favorite for the album. Now my favorite from the album is Redbone, but I mean if we're not counting the singles, my favorite would have to be Zombie so far. So I've already listened to Redbone, so we're just gonna skip that. Track 7, California. So he got maracas, organ. Ooh, that bass though. California. I'm not gonna lie. I actually kind of like that song. I didn't like it at first, and then it grew on me for a little bit. But I have a feeling I'm really gonna like that song. I like it. I like it right now, but I feel like I'm gonna love it. I feel like it's gonna be one of those songs where it's like you go from one track like Redbone, you go from like a track Redbone, you go from Redbone to California. Like that transition's pretty different. But for some reason, I feel like I don't like it right now, but for some reason, I don't think I want to skip it. I think I might just listen to it all the way through. If I'm listening to it as like the whole album, if I'm just listening to the whole album and not like skipping around, I'm not gonna skip it. I'm just gonna let it play. I don't know why. I feel like that's gonna be a song that's really gonna grow on me. But I like it so far. Like it. Skip to the next part. Track 8, Terrified. This sounds like some 80s action movie electro music. That's what this sounds like. Sounds like this song sounds like it would be in Back to the Future or like Terminator or something. Like in the original Terminator. Oh, Terrified. Oh, he said it. Oh, that sounds like Lauren Hill. I like the xylophone or the bell set. I like the bell set. I like that. I like that. Terrified, very good track. I really like that one. Right now, it's a battle between Zombies and Terrified, between my favorite song on this album. So, yeah, that's about it. I don't know what else to say. They're both tied. Track 9, Baby Boy. You sound like I'm assuming that song. I did hear about that he has a girlfriend and that she's pregnant or she was pregnant and she has a kid now. I'm assuming it's his kid that he's because I mean, why else would he write this album if it's not his? So I like that song. I think he wrote. So I'm assuming it makes a lot more sense why he named some of these tracks the way that he named them. Like Me and Your Mama and the night Me and Your Mama met. That's the next track. And Baby Boy. So that makes sense. He wrote this album for his son. Makes sense. But he's talking about I feel like there's a lot more messages in here that he's talking about. So I feel like once I look up the lyrics to this and try to understand what he's actually talking about, I do think that it is supposed to be something more important because he's making this album for his son. He wouldn't have made it for his son if it wasn't important. If he's dedicating this to his son, there has to be something important on this for him for him for his son to hear and listen to. So I mean, I got to go back and look at the lyrics to this so I can completely understand. I mean, I think I got the gist of it, but we're gonna wait till after this is over. Track 10, The Night Me and Your Mama Met. I see palm trees. Everything's blue and like orange. I see light shining on the leaves and the shadow casting through them in a dark blue room with Childish in it and his girlfriend. I get like a Lion King vibe from this. Choir sounds amazing. Is he gonna do anything on it? I like that xylophone or that bell set. Sorry, I keep getting that confused. That's bells. That's not xylophone. That's bells. So we're almost halfway in. There go the bells. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. He hasn't said anything. Ooh, that sounds like a guitar and a violin mix. It sounds like it goes from guitar to violin. I'm like, don't need to put no words on this song. He doesn't need to. I already pictured what happened. But when that guitar came in, I got goosebumps. I'm not gonna lie, I got goosebumps when it came in so unexpected, and I was like, that guitar killed it. But it sounded like a hybrid between a violin and a guitar. Like it went from like the way that it sounded from one end of the scale to the other end of the scale. Like from one end, it sounds like a guitar, and then it transitions and it changes into a violin, and that sounds dope. He thought you childish. You thought you got away with it. I heard that violin. I know there's a violin in there. Album. This album. He didn't even need to put words on that song. He didn't even need to put words on that track. He didn't need to. That track didn't need any words. That song is my favorite song so far. The night me and your mama met. And there's only one track left. So I highly doubt that this last track, Stand Tall, is that what it's called? Yeah, Stand Tall. I highly doubt that that track can top it. I highly doubt it. The only way he could top it is if he was juggling it. I don't know. If he somehow got every major great artist on that song and was singing too. I don't know. I don't know. That song had no words, and it's the best song on here to me. I mean, even though every other track on here is still really, really, really good, because he really threw this back. It does not sound anything like any of his other projects, and I like that because it shows that he's growing, he's evolving, he's getting better as an artist. He's not boxing himself in. He's not letting other people box him in, and I like that. So let's get to the last track. Track 11, final track, Stand Tall. You know what I noticed? He hasn't. There's no other features on here. I'm pretty sure there are other people on here. No, let me turn this up. No, this is a. He didn't. There's no features. He did not feature anybody on this album. Oh, okay, okay. I feel like he really could bring these genres back. It's just gonna take a long time for people to understand it. That flute. This is really smooth. It took me a while to even realize that the song had changed. Like he changed the beat and changed the tempo. That transition was so subtle. Oh, what was that? Wow, he flipped it again. Oh, I had to I couldn't even. I haven't even processed the last transition. Oh, oh, it's like a fairy tale. Uh oh, wait, is something about to pop off? Childish, childish, don't do me like this. Okay, I love this. This sounds so good. Wait, what? Is that how it ends? Childish. You really gonna do me like that? You really gonna do me like that? Really? Really? You gonna do me like that? You just gonna end the song, end the album like that? All right. He knew people wanted to listen to more of that. He knew people wanted to listen to more of him, and he ended it like that. Okay. Where I need to? I just need to go ahead and buy the CD. Where can I buy the CD? I might have to go to Walmart and buy it. Shoot, I don't care where I buy it from. All I know is I just need to make sure I get this CD because this project is good. Like he brought a lot of stuff back that most people probably wouldn't have even thought somebody could bring back. He brought back funk. He brought back soul. He brought back this. He brought back a lot of stuff. He brought back a lot of folk. He brought back a lot of jazz. He brought back no, especially he brought back a lot of blues though. He brought a lot of blues back. Brought back R&B. He brought back the old school R&B, like what R&B used to be, not this new Drake Party Next Door, Bryson Tiller stuff. Even though I love Bryson Tiller and I love Party Next Door, Drake, he good, he good, Drake good, but I like Bryson Tiller and Party Next Door, but that's a whole nother subject. I do think this album is really good. I don't I don't know what the rest of Childish Gambino or most of his audience expects him to do. I don't know if they all expect him just to rap. I'm just gonna assume that because it's like his last three projects have been rap or hip hop projects or had some element of hip hop in it. So I don't think his fans are gonna I don't think they expected this. I can understand why a lot of people didn't like this because it doesn't sound anything because they say it doesn't sound anything like him. No, it sounds like Childish. It's just people just didn't want him to do this. They wanted him to rap the same stuff over and over again because that's what they like Childish Gambino for. Is they just like him to be the same exact same. I don't agree with that. I think this was a perfect idea for him to do was to change genres because it's like now that he's done this, I really wonder what else he really can do. I already know he a good actor. He's a great actor. He's a great writer. He's a great I don't even know if he's directing Atlanta, but I mean, whatever he is great at whatever he does, and I like him for that. He's a really good artist. He's a very good artist. He never, I don't even think he didn't let people box him in. He didn't box himself in. He didn't let people tell him what he was able and what he can and can't do. He didn't let people say, that he's just a rapper. He never described himself as just a rapper. He always described himself as an artist, and you know what? I respect that because he doesn't let people box him in. And this album is like proof that he has grown and he's been practicing. This album is it shows that he's been practicing his singing. Like he been practicing. He hasn't been BSing this whole time. He has been practicing, and you can hear it in his vocals. He gets higher. He's hitting notes that he could not hit before. That's how you know he has been practicing. He has been practicing, and he did not forget about us. He just been in hiding, making this stuff, and because he knew that he wanted to make it, so he was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a blues R&B soul album. It's not gonna have any hip hop on it. So you know what? I'm gonna learn how to sing. And you know what? That's what he did on this project. This project is proof that he learned how to sing and he got good at it. He got real good at it. So I don't know what he possibly could do next because this is completely different than any of his other stuff. I'd have to say this is probably my favorite project by him. This is my favorite project. This album has more songs that I will remember and that I will keep. Like it has less skippable tracks on it to me than any of his other projects. Even though I can listen to Camp all the way through, I can listen to Because the Internet all the way through. I mean, I could, but it's like I don't do that every time. Some like the fact of the matter is for this project, I can listen to the entire thing every single time and not skip a single track. But for Camp, there are a couple of songs I can skip. Because the internet, there are a few songs I can skip. So just the fact that I can't skip any of these tracks on this project shows to me that I like this project more than any of his other projects. And really shows how much I actually do like funk because I really like the tracks that are funky, like Boogeyman and or groovy funky tracks. Like I like Redbone, I like Terrified, I like Zombies. I really like Zombies. I really like that tracks. But I've rambled on enough, you guys. Childish, keep doing what you're doing. I'm always gonna be here listening to your music, whatever. Atlanta season 2, plug your boy. I'm just kidding, don't do that. But I'll see you guys in the next one. It is like 3, almost 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm gonna stop and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.